This is usually the time you go ahead and numb yourself out. 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And you numb yourself out because you're not making any progress towards your goals, or the progress that you want towards your goals. You're just not seeing the results. So you end up playing video games. You end up eating junk food. You end up scrolling on YouTube. You end up watching a lot of self improvement videos that you shouldn't be watching because you already know what to do. If it's watching prank videos or anything like that, anime and stuff like that, there is nothing wrong in doing these things. Like, I'm playing a video game right now, but if there's stuff that you need to do, like non negotiables, like you should be meditating at night. You should be planning out your day for the next day. You should be stretching. You should be having some type of meditation, some type of wind down, some type of self care routine, because those things set up the next day. And since we're skipping on those things, it's already gonna mess up the second day, and it's just gonna have an endless cycle. And you don't want an endless cycle when it comes to these things. But you keep on doing them. You're not making progress. You say you're gonna hop on a foam roller, but you don't. So for me, when it comes to numb time, I usually do it because I don't make progress towards my goals. I don't make the progress that I want towards my goals. So since I'm not making progress towards the goals I want to go ahead and do, I end up just numbing myself out for quite a few hours, and those hours are actually valuable. But since you're not giving yourself enough positive feedback when it comes to me working towards my goals, I think I should check off the goals that I completed on my notebook, but I don't do that. And that's something I should completely do. Um, it's something that I need to do. Sorry, I'm kind of a little focused in the game right now. During a self improvement video, kind of crazy, huh? Um, but that's really how it is. When it comes to me during my nighttime routines, I'm not the best on it. I'm not the best. I do stuff like this. I don't I don't. It's mainly because the homework I do, like the homework I don't feel like doing, but it's just something I'm doing. I have to go ahead and do if I want to have good grades, and it's not something I'm really passionate about. And the stuff that I get really passionate about, I'm not seeing the results towards it, so I end up looking for sweets and stuff like that. This time shouldn't be a time where you go ahead and do stuff like this. This should be a time where you set your day for your next day. But we don't end up doing that. And since we're not doing it, it completely messes up our second day. And since it's completely messing up our second day, it's we're just gonna keep on getting the same exact cycle. And if we keep on getting the same exact cycle, we're not gonna end up seeing the results that we want. We're not gonna end up getting the results that we want. And you feel like self improvement's completely useless. You feel like you're not making no progress towards your goals because you're not feeling satisfied at night. And what you need to do is that you need to be confident in yourself. You need to be confident in your abilities. You need to be confident in your path, your purpose, and your goals, because if you are, you won't be doing none of this stuff, right? If you're confident in your meditation, if you're confident in your journey, if you're giving yourself positive reinforcement after doing it, it's going to actually be fun to go ahead and do. But since you're not doing that, you're just not going to end up doing it. The same as like positive reinforcement that you give yourself on the hub, the same as like positive reinforcement that you give yourself when you see a victory on this game, It's the same as that positive reinforcement that you need to give yourself towards writing out your next day, towards doing your nighttime routine, towards not going on the hub at night. You have to give yourself that same exact positive reinforcement that you give yourself in this game. And same exact positive reinforcement you give yourself on the hub. You need to do that. And the main problem is that we're not doing that. And since we're not doing that, we're not confident in it. And since we're not confident in it, we're just going to end up going back to our bad habits and repeating that same exact cycle and not getting any results or self-improvement. The people that do say you're not seeing no results of self-improvement, you feel way much more worse on self-improvement, is because you're not confident in the things. You're not confident in the meditation. You're not confident in the journaling. You're not confident in yourself. You're not confident in the direction that you're going. And that's something you need to be confident in. If you're confident in that, you're going to see the results. If you finally actually do that, do those things that you're supposed to do, you'll see the results. If you take some time just to go ahead and read at night, there you go. That's a great way to finish off your night. It's not fun to finish off your night every single night on YouTube, or YouTube, video games, the hub, but you keep on doing it. It's not satisfying, but you keep on doing it. Just try to finish something at the end of your day on something that you actually want to do. And for me, man, I struggle with I've been struggling with this for a minute, now, and I'm not perfect when it comes to it. I have been doing it a lot, especially after I failed. One of my major goals was to go ahead and play basketball, on like junior college basketball. Um, it's been some numb time for me, and I have to get back on track when it comes to my goals, and get back on track and being confident in my purpose, in the things that I need to do, in my habits. If you're not confident in your habits, you're not going to see the results. If you feel the same exact reward after you get a victory, just like on this game, you're going to, your improvement is going to be so much more higher. So much more higher. And I'm going to continue to yap till we get the victory on this game. Hopefully we do get the victory on this game, because this is the result that you want. You want to win. You want to win in life. You want to go ahead and feel like you're feeling accomplished, because we don't feel accomplished when we work towards our goals, and that's why we always numb ourselves at night. There is no sense, there is no visual reward. But this is a victory. With the hub, it's instant pleasure. But with your goals, there's no pleasure, man. And that completely sucks. Got the mercy out here. Yeah, we getting him out of here. Get him out of here. Like, me even doing that right there, that's some positive reinforcement that I'm not sensing with my goals. And since I'm not sensing this with my goals, those cravings to go ahead and do those things that I shouldn't be doing gets relatively pretty high. And the moral of the story is, you have to have these small little rewards when it comes to working towards your goals. If which planning on your notebook, like planning on your notebook, like, you need to go ahead and check mark the goals that you complete. You need to go check mark the progress that you made. You need to be happy about you making some little progress that doesn't even really matter. Like, you have to be happy about that. And you should be happy about that. But we're not happy about that, and we're ending up numbing ourselves out. Like me about to go ahead and get the clip on this dude real quick. Like this is something like that is positive reinforcement right there that we're just not getting from our goals. Like my stats just went up, but there is no stats when it comes to real life. Fortunately, yes, there is actually stats when it comes to real life, man. It's you working towards your goals. It's you writing down, you accomplishing these goals, you putting a check mark next to the goal that you said you would do. That right there is a stat, but we don't imagine it as a stat. We imagine it as something else. And since we imagine that something else, we don't end up getting the same exact feedback that we want. Like the same exact victory that we're about to get. It's the same exact thing that you need with your goals. Watch this. This victory right here is how we always. Oh, this victory right here. See if anyone off the point. This is the result that we want to end up finish our life with. This is the result that we want at night. This is why we go towards video games. This is why we go towards that instant pleasure, because we get that instant pleasure like this. But when we're working towards our goals, when we're working towards our purpose, we don't get this visualization of a achievement. We don't. And since we don't do that, we numb ourselves out. The thing is, you have to have this same exact attitude towards your goals, towards your purpose. You need to have the same exact confidence. You need to feel the same exact way you feel towards getting that victory on this video game. You need to feel the same exact way you feel like you just, when you're scrolling on the hub, you have to have that same exact feeling towards your goals, towards your purpose. Of course, we're not going to have that same exact feeling towards our goals, towards our purpose, towards writing down our goals. But we need to be happy about it. We need to hype ourselves up, because that is progress right there. Outcome independence. You're making progress. You're staying consistent. That's all it needs. That's all you need to do. And I'm totally not perfect at this. I'm still working on this. And don't expect to be perfect straight off the bat. And I'm not even close to being perfect. I'm not even close to being okay when it comes to this. But I am making progress. I am bouncing back a little bit. But if you have this mentality, if I have this mentality towards that, and that becomes my priority number one, the next day is just going to be way much more better. You're going to wake up, get after your goals way much more better. The grind is going to feel much way more better. Hopefully you took away something from this video, from me just yapping for 13 minutes and me showing a little victory on here. Be you, be free. Peace.